All right.
Why do we pronounce naked and baked not bacon?
Buckhead.
Naked.
Naked.
Oh yeah, naked. Naked.
Naked.
Naked.
What's good, fam?
What's going on, guys?
What's up?
My name's Cliff,
Max.
I'm Brian.
and this is Higher Education's podcast.
What's it called?
Yeah, you know, I almost forgot what it was called. So I was like, oh yeah, that's what it's called.
That was actually like the most fluent we've ever done that. Like there were no pauses. Like we just went for it.
It's kind of.
I dig it. Especially because I was just Marco
Pull up.
left. Oh, yeah.
Right. What? You skipped it.
I said right.
Yeah, but you said it before they
What do
said
you
it.
mean? That means I got it.
Yeah, that's the fastest you could have been.
Like before you even got it out. Come on.
Yeah, but if you jump the gun, you don't get to win the race. You get DQ.
Oh, that's not good. Oh, that's not
Shut
good.
up.
Alright, so you DQ from the blood.
What do you mean? I know it was a small amount of weed, but it's honest.
It's bigger than my amount of weed I've been in.
That's honest weed.
Keith, though, right?
No.
Oh, jeez.
That's why I asked, is that blunt rolled? And then I went, oh shit.
You got your bowl on you?
No.
Well, see, we'll figure something out.
It's
Guys,
fun.
tell me, what happened this week? What did you guys do this week? Anything?
I started talking to somebody new, just chilling.
Ooh.
I'm not gonna say the names.
No, you're not going to say the names, but, like, that's cool.
They're pretty chill.
Let me get this shirt, eat. Yeah, that's pretty chill. What are you going to with the shirt? Nah, that's what's up, though. That's cool.
Yeah.
If it's positive, I support it.
It is.
Word.
I think
I was gonna say I don't know how much you want to talk about it, so I'm just kind of trying to let you like.
No, I mean like
lead it.
to be honest, I just dig talking to new people. You know, it's always fun when you get closer to someone new.
I feel that.
You know, no matter what type of relationship you're sort of going for. But yeah, they're cool people. I hope you know.
Yeah, you still gotta feel it out. See if get the feely feels on. I got you. I feel you, Brian.
Oh my god.
Did you do anything this week exciting?
No, not really.
Not really.
No. I live a pretty boring life.
You got no fuck shit stories from I won't say his name, from Joy.
Nah, dude bought me
What kind
Popeyes and a Blizzard today. So yeah,
Oh
no.
shit!
All
What
right,
kind
what's
of
up?
blizzard you have?
Oreo, but I just split it with Meg.
All right,
Oh,
Joy.
nigga, you didn't give me no black and chicken.
Up on
Fuck
the right.
you. That shit was banging.
It was. It's fucking delicious, ain't it?
Sounds fire.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's move on to my first topic because you make me hungry. Keep talking about Blizzard. Like I want a gelati for burritos. Gelatis are fire. I want to talk about. Have you guys heard of the rapper The Baby?
Yes,
The Baby.
baby.
Because I just heard about him. I saw one of my influencers I follow on Instagram. They posted the video. And so basically, this nigga named Cam Coldheart, right? Him and The Baby are both North Carolina rappers. But The Baby is really the bigger known. I didn't know either of these niggas, but
Yeah,
The
yeah.
Baby is way more popular.
Yeah, I'm sure.
So,
I guess at this point too.
yeah, so Cam's a hater and he's been trolling The Baby for forever.
Yo, that's the problem.
Forever.
That's a huge problem in rap, man.
Now, here's my thing. It is because I feel like, all right, maybe I didn't get put on and he got put on.
Right, man.
But
To support
him being put on makes our unknown state, not like North Carolina's unknown,
No,
but as far
but
as in the
like,
rap game, our
it's not
unknown
really
state,
me.
like let's
Yeah.
get some, and then that
Besides,
let me
like,
eat because
Cole,
you're eating.
You know, exactly.
So it's like he's just testing this nigga. So apparently
Stupid as fuck.
he just been saying fuck shit about The Baby, and he got The Baby in a Louis Vuitton store, and he was antagonizing him. So let me show you guys this video. All right, so yeah, here go to fight. The Baby.
Come on, you a bitch. Y'all look at this nigga The Baby.
Oh, look at this baby.
That nigga The Baby in here talking some shit. He walking up on me and shit like he about to do something. What you gonna do? What you taking your shit off for?
He said, what you taking your stuff from? All right, now this is The Baby's one. You're gonna fight somebody with your hands in your pocket,
Yeah,
one
boy.
hand with the phone.
Ooh, I should make him go fire.
Put your phone in your pocket and take your hands out.
Going down with the cow. Stop backing up. Stop backing up. Stop backing up. Oh, you gonna be fucked.
Come on.
He said scared of what?
Come on.
Hunt Cam Cold Heart. Hunt Cam Cold Heart.
Oh shit!
Knock him out.
Oh,
his pants down.
Oh shit!
Yo, wow! What a turn of events!
Talking about, nigga.
Wow!
Fuck wrong with him.
Fuck wrong with him.
Damn.
Fuck wrong with him. Wow.
Why did that dude just delete the first video? Like I would have been like, I never saw the baby. I don't know what the fuck you talking about.
We don't have time for it, but the next video after that, he goes on to explain. He was like, they jumped me. It was two of them. He goes back to the Louis Vuitton store talking to the security guard, and he was like, "You're not gonna get fired. Don't lie. Like, how many of them was on me?" And the security guard was like, 2. He's like, "See, it was 2 of them on me." And it's like, nigga, you asked for this ass
You
whooping.
was talking mad shit in the store, man.
You were asking for
Like,
this.
you were literally filming yourself trolling this dude. Why did you not expect an ass whooping, fam?
Try this.
Just because you in public don't mean you can't get your ass whooped.
I don't know if you know this. I also found this out because I literally just found out who this nigga is. You know, the baby has killed someone before and he legally got away with it?
This is the dude who wears diapers then. Yes.
Yo, literally,
Yes,
he was in
he
Walmart
got
with his
in a
family.
fucking gunfight in
Literally-
Walmart.
No, it's not even. He was in Walmart with his family and they were shopping. 2 dudes came in. He didn't really know those dudes. And then I guess either 2 more dudes came in. But the way I'm hearing it is I listened to the podcast like yesterday. 2 more dudes came in and they were like, yo, like, you got a problem? And he was like, come on, don't do this. I'm with my family. And the one dude went to go pull like he had a gun, and the baby just pop, 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 pop. And the other dude was just like, damn.
That's blown for that guy, but
Literally, man.
I'ma
That
go
nigga's
home.
dead, man. Shit.
I got shit to do tomorrow. Fuck.
On the podcast I listened
Isn't that
to, they said
self-defense,
that,
though?
that's why he legally got away with it. Why would you fuck with a nigga that's murdered somebody before?
That's fucked because
No.
that's a loophole in like the police system too.
Oh, you passed this to me?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good of you. It's funny though, because the podcast I listened to, they were saying that that would have been the perfect time for him to be like, clean up on aisle 5.
Oh, that's very poor taste.
Yeah,
What
talk
the
about
fuck,
this
man?
motherfucker. This motherfucker used to wear diapers.
Is it the same person?
Yeah.
All right,
What the fuck
I guess
you
it is
mean
the same
wears
person.
diapers, dude?
I don't know, nigga. You know, everybody got a gimmick. Everybody
Yeah,
got
that was
something.
his gimmick,
No,
yo.
man, that's ridiculous. It's not a gimmick.
That's a gimmick. What do you
What
mean?
are you, an old person? You
His
can't
name
take control
is
of your bowels?
The baby. So
That's-
his gimmick
that's
is
awful.
he's
That's
the
awful.
baby.
I hope he has IBS.
That's awful.
That's just not funny. You wear diapers, nigga. Use them.
But yeah. So the baby got the hands, nigga. He beat this nigga out his pants. The dude was going into the store to buy a Louis
Props
Vuitton
to him,
belt.
fam. Props to him.
That's why his pants fell down, because he had to buy the belt. He should have
Oh,
belt the belt
it's not
first
the
and then
belt.
fought.
Yeah, dude. Still got his ass.
Still
Still
got
got
beat out
his
of his pants.
Oh my god.
He said, "What you putting your stuff down for, nigga? To beat your ass."
What you
What
mean? What do you mean? I'm going to whoop your ass.
Isn't this what you asked for? Yeah,
Like-
that got what he got what was coming to him. Fuck that.
Easily, man. Easily. Like I said, I have no clue what he
Yeah,
thought.
beat off.
What he thought like was gonna happen.
It did not go down how we thought it was gonna go down. He was like, "I'm gonna go in there, I'm gonna troll the nigga. Maybe we throw hands, but we probably won't throw hands. But if we
my
do,
God.
I'll win."
No.
He was
None
wrong
of those
about
things, man.
everything.
No.
So, Cam, you wrong. You got what was coming to you. And speaking of people
You
that
got knocked the fuck out, man.
I love he had that like stumbled look on the ground, like oh, where am I?
Where I'm at?
What is this?
it's funny because like in the video that he records and posts, he like sitting like, yeah, like my face ain't even that bloody. Like my face still good though, and it's like, nigga, okay,
Bruh.
Fuck-
We want to
fuck
go
your
back.
face,
You want to go
dude.
back to when you were 2 years old on the ground, looking around like, what?
Exactly.
Oh, where's mom? At?
Fuck your face, man. Your pants around your ankles. son. You lost just in that
Your
aspect.
fucking jaws
Yeah,
are
right,
out,
he got
dude.
a
Come
video
on.
where he's like, yeah, we're gonna come back this year with the Lamborghini limousine, and it's like, nigga, okay,
Why would you do that?
okay.
Just
So-
spending unnecessary money.
Let's move on from that because I want to talk about someone else who, I guess, without context, they did get what was coming to them, but in a good way. So I want to talk about a 6-year-old kid who was saved by being, damn, I keep doing emotions. Like I'm hit by a bus, hit by a car.
Oh my god. What? Oh my god, what? That's not funny.
I know it's not funny.
Wait, you got hit by a car? What the fuck?
I got hit by a bus and a car, so I
my
could
God.
laugh.
Oh,
It's
man.
only I can make
Dude, you
those
made me
jokes.
drop the fucking thing, dude.
I literally got hit by a minivan. I was walking behind this nigga who had just gotten his license, and I had a cake in my hand. And I was like, I'm walking, and then he just backed up into me, and then I fell on the ground, and the fucking cake landed.
Yo, it was landed perfectly. It landed perfectly, man.
Bullshit. Anyway.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, I want to talk about this kid that in Milwaukee. Literally, this bus driver was driving. I forget her name, but she's a nice lady, and she literally saw this kid just not paying attention, walking in the traffic, and so she stopped her bus, got out, and got him, and called the police. Police came, got the kid, and she was like, "God wanted me here," and no. I feel it. All right, because. Why else? Okay.
She was on her route. This little
listen.
ass kid happened to be going into the middle of the road because little ass kids do that shit all the time. Because
guys,
most of the time, little ass kids do not know better.
Let's just be happy that she was at the right place
Don't
at the right
bring
time.
God into it.
Let's just be happy that she was at the right place at the right
That's
time.
for sure. That's for sure.
Just like we don't want people to push their religious beliefs on us, we don't want to push our non-religious beliefs on other people. Especially if it's not like she's like, I stabbed somebody in the name of God. It's like I just saved a life in the name of God. Those are two completely different things.
Yeah. But you still said don't push. So.
Also, nigga, I'm spiritual over here, all right?
I know, I'm
Like-
not spiritual over here. So,
It's not.
when we go battle, it's like,
But that's what I'm saying. It's both sides of a coin. And
100%.
oh, nigga, you on the same side of the coin. Fuck both y'all niggas, alright? I'll stay on this
Whatever,
side.
man.
Nah. Anyway, though, that's dope, though, that a 6-year-old didn't die.
That's
Can we agree on that?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
dope that the fucking 6-year-old died.
Thank
you.
But how about this? How about God should have intervened and not let that 6-year-old be wandering on the fucking streets by himself?
Well, that's what free will is,
You call that shit God.
So God brought her there, but God couldn't save the fucking kid?
No, it's not like that. All right, we're not getting into this.
Nigga,
We
that's
can
your
talk
God
about
at work.
wait. We can talk about this off camera.
That's your God at work,
Let's talk about this off camera.
All right,
Sure,
fine.
God at work.
That's your God at work.
Talk about this off camera. It's
Go
cool.
ahead.
It's cool.
Go ahead.
Chance.
Go on.
Chance the rapper, right? All
Go
right,
on.
so okay. What, you can't feel me on a spiritual
I
level?
said go on, nigga. I said go on. You the one
Alright,
saying
alright,
drop it, so
alright.
drop it.
So, since we're talking about some really uplifting things, I just want to
Bye.
talk about.
Fuck you, man.
I want to talk about these high school and college students, the science, technology, engineering, and math department, STEM. If you didn't know,
Did you say uplifting?
yeah, I said uplifting.
Intentionally.
Yeah.
Is that a joke on because they're like handicapped and they gotta
Oh,
be
no.
like lifted up into the vehicles?
No.
Oh,
That wasn't. That's not what I meant. All right. You go sit in timeout over there. That was too much.
You're the one who said uplifting and then you all laughed.
Like wings, like angel wings, not like that.
No.
Holy fucking shit.
Like open the door, let the ramp out. I need to
So
get to
these
school.
students in Connecticut built these little tiny, like, you know, the cars that you get, like the kids have that they sit in them and like big people sit in them and it's like up to your knees.
Yeah.
So they built a bunch of those cars, but a little cheaper, and they give them to a bunch of kids so that they can take their mobility back during time. It doesn't run all day, but they can sit in it and they can move around like in several hours a day. Then you recharge it and you use it again.
That's awesome.
That's dope, right?
That's so dope.
I fuck with that.
Wow.
Like, and for free too, because Connecticut is a affluent area.
Parts of it are pretty shitty though too.
Oh, true. I don't know my geography though.
So you just assume because it's white.
Yeah,
I mean, it is very
I'm not gonna lie about
like
that.
for a state, yeah, it is very affluent, but there's
But there
some
are
pretty
shitty-
fucking shitty parts of it.
I get it. Okay, well, I wanted to start off on the tip with some interesting stuff, so, so we get into the groove, and now we can talk about an unfortunate topic, which is Iggy Azalea has left social media because her nudes were leaked.
Damn.
I basically saw like a trend on Twitter, and I was like, Iggy Azalea, what the fuck? And apparently, what happened was she did a shoot with GQ, and she was like, GQ does these shoots, and I always see girls in like tasteless semi nudes.
Yeah.
And she's like, I want to do that. tasteful. What did I say? Tasteless?
Yeah.
I meant tasteful.
Different
I'm
things.
high. And so she's like, I want to do that. And she does it. And then she has some outtake shot she takes, which is of her chest. And the article was saying that she took that for her plastic surgeon. And then those photos were supposed to be destroyed after the fact. So
I feel like
those photos weren't destroyed after the fact.
yeah.
And the photographers claim that those photos were stolen from him, and they'll find out who stole the photos from him.
Sounds like he leaked it.
But even if
Somebody.
I was thinking he might have got paid, and then he was like, yeah, it's over there, go steal it.
Yeah.
But here's my thing: even if it actually was stolen, and this was stolen like recently, you're supposed to delete them.
Yeah.
And then you didn't. And then he was like, oh, I got Iggy Azalea's tits, and it's like, nigga, you should have deleted them.
Yeah,
Why are you working for
which
GQ
makes
if we
me
don't be
think-
like that?
Yeah, which makes me think more that he,
Kept them on
just
purpose.
kept it on purpose.
Yeah.
I mean,
What the fuck?
if you had a picture of Iggy Azalea's tits.
I mean,
You know, it's not about what I would or would do. I
That's
wouldn't.
about, like the right thing to do in that situation. I mean, because we're not.
I think it's
like,
about professionalism.
And it's unprofessional. Like the fact that he's trying to save face now and be like, "We'll find out who stole those from me." It's like, nigga, what happened?
It was you, man. What happened to
But,
deleting
like,
the photos?
Yeah.
You can't
Like,
you
she's
can't
a
delete my
high-end-
titties from the internet.
Exactly, fam. Like it's already there now.
That's why she dipped too.
Yeah, of course, because obviously she wouldn't want to
No.
do
Nah,
this.
she
Yeah.
did because people were being bad fucking sexual.
Yeah.
Because like,
But she was
dude,
embarrassed, and she was like, "This is just
100%
embarrassing. I don't want to be that sexual around." Like,
It's totally valid.
yeah. But here's the thing, and if that's how it went down, 100%, I'm on your side, Iggy. And this could also be a giant coincidence, because you know how the internet goes with conspiracies and famous people, especially with the Kardashians and staging shit all the
I'm
time.
down with
Fuck
this
the
conspiracy.
But
If you're going the way I think you're going.
She has music coming out, and just kind of
Her name hasn't
like,
been
yeah,
in
in
the
the-
scene
in
a
the public
while,
eye.
so.
But also, it's a conspiracy, like I said, but it has to be brought up, just to be brought up. But
I mean, there's also, people assume because they're nude pictures that, that they're automatically like stolen or something like that. Like no person would intentionally leak something like that. But like they're not tasteless.
Well, that's the thing, too.
They're
It's
nice.
like-
But that's not the thing about it.
like I saw
is-
them, and I was like, these aren't.
here's a
Like
big
they
thing.
could be
These are
like
professional,
magazine covers,
but
you know,
also-
but,
If you don't want us to see them, then we shouldn't see them.
right.
Yeah, that's fair. But like, to grow on your conspiracy theory, there's talking on like the iCloud dump, for example, of all those celebrities back, a couple of years ago. Like nobody, some people talk about the fact that no like ugly selfies, were also stolen. Like the only thing that was stolen were naked pictures and
Yeah.
like naked, revealing images.
Right.
And it's like, how about like the thousands and thousands of ugly selfies and random photos that would
Yeah.
also be
Yeah,
on a
Exactly.
person's
If it
phone?
was on,
Yeah.
So it's like,
Cloud,
how
for
did
sure.
all of these things get put out?
Yeah, and
Se-
it's
seemingly,
just those types of
yeah,
photos.
seemingly just stolen and then put out, but realistically, they're only.
I do think that is different though, because I feel like that's more of a, only in the sense of those were hacked, and this was like just not hacked, but more of like lack of trust or like broken trust. It's
Yeah,
just
but no,
like,
I'm just saying the conspiracy part of it.
oh, okay.
Because you're saying that there's a conspiracy that she could have done something or somebody could have done something. And I'm like, yeah, that goes along with the fact that nobody has seen like normal pictures out of
Right.
these dumps and these thefts,
And, like,
back
people-
then.
on
So
people's
like,
phones, they
I couldn't
have,
see those people back then doing
I
it.
don't know, because some of those people that got happened, like I don't believe Emma Watson ever would have done that
No.
for attention.
Hmm.
Like,
No.
yeah. So I don't know.
I was about to say, I love how you go to that because you've definitely seen
No,
Emma Watson's
because,
titties, but
It's no, because I was thinking like other people involved, like Jennifer Lawrence. Like,
yeah.
I mean, she's kind of a piece of shit, so it's like I could see that.
I was about to say I could totally see Jennifer Lawrence too.
But like there's a story about her. That never mind. I don't even go into it. She's a piece of shit. Look it up. If you don't believe me, look it up. I'm not just
She's a piece
talking
of
about
shit.
ass.
Look
it up. Jennifer Lawrence, piece of shit.
All right, guys,
Anyway,
At me.
Anyway, if this is real, Iggy, we stand with you. Speaking of other things that just make my skin crawl, I want to talk about the fact that the KKK is trying to have rallies in Ohio. Can I get one of those, please?
Same.
The bums.
Y'all some niggas.
But 100%, you know what? I'm sorry.
Mr.
If-
Nigga. and
if
Whitey
every if every KKK rally in America went like that KKK rally went, I would have no problem with KKK rallies
yeah.
I have
existing.
no problem with
Oh,
that.
yeah.
No fucking problem.
Yeah.
If that's
Because
if-
it was. What was the number? What was the number? It was like
it was
600,
5 versus
600,
900.
wasn't it?
because I've heard
Or
like
9 versus
literally each
500.
time I heard this number, it goes up. It was like 300, 500, 900. But
I know
it
it
has
was
always
6,
stayed
6.
9
Nine
KKK protesters.
No.
They was like, hey, did we get the wrong flyer?
Nah, no.
Wait, is it next week?
Like, you know that time where you like wake up and you go to take your final and you're like, I'm ready to take this calculus final. And you look up and it says AP Bio and you go, oh, that shit was yesterday. That's how those protesters felt. They said, oh, this is the anti. We were yesterday. We were yesterday.
Sorry, we didn't mean to encroach.
Let me just take my anti-black people sign and leave. No, the police said it was like actually peaceful. No one got arrested. They're just protesting. They fenced tomorrow, and then yeah, it's like that. So, fuck the KKK.
Easily.
I don't even want to talk about
Fuck
this that
the
long. I just
KKK.
wanted to bring it up
Fuck
because
Nazis.
that shit. Yeah, fuck. Apparently, Spanish Nazis too.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Does it?
Yeah.
I
Had to
can't.
go somewhere.
How? The one was talking about Spanish Nazis.
After the war.
Oh
It
shit!
definitely went down to Argentina.
Yeah,
in Brazil.
We're talking about some shit.
Mm-hmm.
The Portuguese was still.
Portuguese.
Portuguese.
All right, so while we're talking about some sad shit and things that kind of, oh yeah,
So niggas took my cigarettes.
I didn't
Oh,
take
my
the
lighter.
lighter. He took your lighter, because I got...
you made up for it because you interrupted my transition and I forgot about it. So I wanted
Fuck
to
your
say,
chicken strips.
I wanted to say,
Fuck your chicken
since
strips.
we're talking about some sad shit, I just want to talk about my upsetness with Game of Thrones fans that are upset with Kit Harington. If you guys didn't hear, Kit Harington checked himself into a wellness facility, and people were just going off, like ignorant people, but people were going off and being like, "Oh, well, you're rich. What do you have to be like? Your TV show ran for so long. Like, what do you have to be sad about?
What?
Like, rich people don't have feelings." And it's like, nigga, it's a person.
First
He's a
off,
person.
What you mean?
Yeah, I mean,
And the fact that it's gone for so long, it is.
that's
what has
literally...
hit
I was
Kit
about to
so
say,
hard.
way
that's
out of
literally
That's-
what it
he's
is.
like, what is after this?
You're outlining
Yeah,
your,
exactly.
you're saying you're outlining a reason why he shouldn't feel sad, and that's the reason
main
why
reason
he
he
fucking
feels
feels
sad.
sad. You literally, something he's devoted a decade of his fucking life to is just over.
Because
And not only
I
that,
think when you look at the other actors in Game of Thrones, they have been in a lot of other stuff, whereas Kit Harington sticks to like small things.
Right.
And like I think he made his own movie or something like that, but still, like Amelia Clark was
This
in,
is
a,
Jon Snow.
was in a Terminator movie.
and even
And
if
it
you
was
talk
a shitty
about,
Terminator movie, but she was in a Terminator
and even
movie. no
like,
less.
and Maisie
Terminator
Williams,
Genesis.
Maisie Williams has done multiple episodes of Doctor Who, which
Sophie
is
Turner starring in fucking X-Men.
like one of BBC's biggest television
Sorry to
shows.
talk over Doctor Who.
No, I'm sorry. I love my Doctor Who.
Yeah,
but-
that's fine, man.
Hey, well, I can hashtag Doctor Who on this.
Yeah, but she's had like a recurring character, so but not only that, but I watched the table read for when they first did episode 6 tables read,
Dude,
and
his
he
face.
was
Did you
so
see that?
distraught.
Bro, he
Yo.
like literally. So
Play.
they were, what?
Play.
All right, so yeah, this is from the Game of Thrones documentary they released about the making of the Thrones, called The Last Watch.
The dead begin to rise. Jorah the Andal battles on. He has been slashed and stabbed, pummeled and pierced, but somehow he keeps fighting. Whites plunge their knives into him. He takes more punishment than Hodor took at the door, and Beric took in the Great Hall, and still somehow Jorah stands
No, it's it. It's at the end.
and defends his queen. Dany tries to rouse Jorah, but he is gone.
That's her reaction to Jorah.
Exterior Godswood, the Night King walks with methodical,
Okay, 'cause I
terrifying
read that,
calm. He stops before Bran and raises his sword to
Amelia-
strike, but something is
Amelia
hurtling
Clark
toward him out of the
did this before.
darkness. Arya.
Yeah, she doesn't seem to be paying attention, while like Kate is
Holds
just
off a pile of
attentive.
dead whites, leaps at the Night King, and she plunges the dagger up to
Yeah,
the Night
John
King's
was-
armor.
everyone
and the Night
basically-
King shatters.
I'll pause it right here.
Everyone
Basically,
was-
everyone had read it but John, and he was like, I want to find out at the table read. So this is his actual reaction.
That's
Like,
awesome.
oh shit!
That's awesome.
Like John, like Kit Harington loved the show.
Of course.
He met his wife on the show. Of course she knows this show.
That's also why he was saying like,
A queen's nature is fire and blood. Standing before the Iron Throne, Dany steps forward and kisses the man she loves. A perfect kiss. Their eyes
Bran?
closed, his hand behind her head, her hand on his cheek. Dany's eyes open suddenly as she draws a sharp breath. John's eyes open as well, already filling with tears. For a moment, neither moves, as if moving will make this
I've only
real.
seen this in GIF form. Holy shit!
John with his hand still on the hilt of the dagger he just lodged in Dany's heart.
Bro, he backed up from the table. He said, "Oh." And the shit
Anybody
she-
else read it?
The shit she does with her eyebrows too.
He keeps her in his arms and
Look at her fucking eyebrows. Oh my
looking
god.
down to the floor beside her. He looks down at what he's done, terrible and necessary. End of Game of Thrones.
Wait, that's not the ending.
But yeah, like he's so distraught just finding out his own fate, what he has to do. Can I just say?
Oh yeah.
And to think that like how the show actually ends, he could have just been so sad and just the internet reacting so negative to how it ended too. It's like
too is that he's like, whether or not the show ended good or bad, it's still like 10 years of my life, and he's gonna be hard.
Yeah.
And I mean, his wife's standing beside him, and everyone's supportive. So, like, Kit, we stand with him.
Yeah.
Hey, fuck everybody else that's getting on him. Bitch niggas, like what?
except his wife.
Ayo. But not for real. Like, if you, what right do you have to tell anyone, rich or poor, what mental problems they can or can't have?
Seriously, and how to deal with it.
Yeah.
But not only that,
If he wants to check himself in somewhere, you can just suck a dick and let him do what he wants. Seriously.
but somebody
Or get a quit. All right, do whatever you don't want to do.
Exactly.
Do that.
There you go.
You see that through the
Look at
clip.
ass.
I got
I
you.
just said you can
I got
suck on
you.
the labia, but I was like, that's too messy. Graphic
I don't know. They
content.
like it
Oh
when
my
you suck
gosh,
on it
I mean,
sometimes.
I didn't say it. I said messy. All right.
It's supposed to
So
be non-pleasant.
okay. All right. Yeah, Kid, get better soon. The next thing I want to talk about is a 102-year-old woman was a suspect
Yes.
of killing a 92-year-old woman who was her neighbor.
I'm sorry, but that's just like.
The 92-year-old woman was found lifeless in her apartment, and she had like strangulation marks and like bruises, like someone punched on her chest.
Oh my gosh. Oh my
And they found the 100-year-old whatever woman, and she was like, I think I killed someone. And they took her to a psychiatric ward. So the police are investigating now, and I saw this on Snapchat, and I was like, she had the hands. She must have had the hands. Because like when you get that
For
old,
103 man, that's
when
crazy.
you get that old, you're either like
Where'd you see this on Snapchat?
super brittle. Oh, this is like 4 days ago. I don't think you're gonna find
Oh,
it.
fuck.
I compile shit over the week.
Fuck.
But yeah, like she gave her the hands.
Yeah, it sounds
What happened?
like
She
it.
said that bitch cheat at bingo all the time.
Shit.
I told her, you do it one more time,
Fuck
it's
you
gonna be your
up.
last time.
It's gonna be your last time. It was literally your last time.
It was.
Yeah.
Ah,
Why are you showing me
fuck.
like that, bro?
What
What do you think? Like she like went crazy and then did it? Like that's why she doesn't remember.
I think she did it,
Possibly.
and it's 103. It was like, oh,
Maybe I killed somebody.
She in jail, like yeah, that's what that bitch get.
That's
Who
what she
killed
get.
who?
I don't know.
I
Playing
was
like she got
baking
the
a
best-
pie.
Baking
Making
pie.
a sandwich. What'd you make her? A knuckle sandwich. Huh?
Turkey and provolone.
Turkey, provolone.
Italian.
A little bit of pickles.
But yeah, since we're talking about shit I saw on Snapchat and I compiled a little list, I want to talk about this other shit I saw where a 62 or 65-year-old man died climbing Mount Everest. He's the 11th person to die in 12 days. So this nigga, his birthday was coming up, so he goes up Mount Everest, has his birthday on Everest, and then he dies. And he died of unknown causes.
Well, probably
What you mean?
the cold.
We just don't know. It could
got
be the
pneumonia.
cold,
He
it
just
could
got
be
sucked
fall,
in the fucking mountain.
It could have been a storm. We just don't know.
Somebody
We just
came up
have
and
dead
gatted his
body.
ass.
And it's
I
like,
killed him.
it's like this is the perfect crime.
Some archer shit.
Oh my god. But like that's why, and it's because it's become such an attraction, and it's so crowded to go to Everest, and it's like everyone wants to go. Not everyone, because I don't want it, but everyone that climbs wants to go climb Everest. This is my Everest. This is my Everest. And they get to Everest, and they're like, no, this is my Everest. They get this everybody Everest. Do you see the lines to get here? Like, it's
I
like,
wouldn't. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, you know, I hike a lot. I've thought about it before, but I know that, like, in no way, shape, or form am I like physically fit
Dude,
enough to do that
I read
shit.
a book.
And that shit is ridiculous. Like that.
it's so intense.
That is.
What's it called? I read a book called Peak about this kid that liked to climb buildings and skyscrapers in the city, and so as a punishment, his mom sends him to go be with her dad and like whatever, and it happens to have a mountain nearby, and he climbs a mountain, and he gets a taste for it, and then eventually he goes and climbs Everest.
It's a guy or a girl.
No, it's
It's a
like
guy or a
a
woman?
teenage guy. It's like a young adult's book.
Okay.
It wouldn't hold up now, I guess. but it described like climbing Mount Everest and like this nigga almost died, and I was like, that's another one of those places I will never go. Like it's like when you hear rappers sing songs about Brooklyn, you're like, I'm never going to. It's like I'm never gonna climb Mount Everest. Where else can I say? I mean now, Starbucks. What you mean? It's safe now, like the '90s Brooklyn, like. That's like one of those, like, Chicago. Like, I'm Chirac. That's Chief Keef. You bum. But we will never buy property. All right, so.
Can't go to Chicago.
There's only like one bad part of Chicago.
Don't want to
broad brush the entire city.
I know you guys know the show Shameless, but do you guys know the show Shameless? It's filmed in Chicago. And so the house is actually filmed in, like, a semi-bad area. So people will come up and tourists will, like, go and see the house. And it's just, they're shocked by how awful of an area it's in. And the real life niggas be out and be like, why you around here? And it's like, I just wanted to take a picture of the Shameless house. Nigga.
Run that shit.
Take a picture.
What size shoe you wear? Look at my size.
So they were talking, all right, I just remember this fact about the baby where he was saying they were filming somewhere and they were filming a shoot and they were like rolling up a blunt. And these Get Hood niggas walked up and they were like, hey, yo, you can't film here. And the crew was like, all right, let's pack up. And the baby was just rolling the blunt. He was like, nigga says who? And they were like, all right, well, let's just get up out of here.
They were like, you can't. No, you said
it.
you can't shoot here because this is our turf. Like, you can't film a video here.
Like,
he didn't even look up from. He was just like, what nigga? Who?
Nigga, what?
Who is you? I'm filming
like,
if I want.
Filming.
What are you gonna tell me? I need a permit? Like, what the fuck?
The crew was ready to bounce. They were like, all right,
well, they're probably scared of shit.
They're like, okay, well, we're not gonna get shot today, so we're just gonna pack up. We out of here.
Wrap those up.
We're like, fuck that shit, man.
We'll have it all packed up in 10. We'll get out of here. It'll. You want to hear anything else?
Packed up in time.
He said no.
No.
What? He said no.
Oh, so unpack?
All right, I guess we did.
All right.
They just film it like,
okay.
They didn't come back, did they?
I can imagine them like stop putting everything away and it just gets really quiet and then there's like,
oh shit.
Says who? And he's just like, oh.
Well, fuck.
We didn't think you would say that.
It's like, well. It's like they're going through their pamphlets of like responses. It's like, fuck, I didn't think he was gonna say this.
What do I do?
Because you imagine that was Lil Dicky. It was like, you can't shoot here. It's like, oh yeah, you're right. All right, guys, let's roll and we can find somewhere else to go.
Hey, do you have that list of shoot locations?
This is not one of them. All right, so yeah, since we're talking about the elements and being outside and shit, I know you heard of this, so I got a hits blunt question, right?
I would light that shit up.
Oh, true. So, I know you heard it, so just react to it. If they have watermelons, and I saw this on a podcast, and then I saw it on Facebook, and I was like, I gotta say this. If they have watermelons, right?
Watermelon.
Why don't they have fire melons, earth melons, and air melons? The melons.
Dude, I feel like that's still funny, man. I've seen that before. That's still hilarious. The melons. We kind of do, man. They just don't call them that. Like
what the fuck? Oh, okay.
Honeydew is definitely like the earth melon.
What the fuck's the fire melon?
The cantaloupe.
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 I was thinking the fire melon is like just a ball. It's just hot as shit. It's a ball of fire. The air melon's like an air balloon and shit. It's just like, oh shit, you bite into it. It's nothing. It's just
Polo right down. B select start.
Served hot now.
Oh god, mushy and no. And even when you eat cantaloupes like juicy, like this is kind of fire.
Yeah,
mushy, no way.
Oh no! I said polo right down. Select B start.
He said I got the helicopter nigga. Where that shit at? Well, you hit the cheat code and it don't show up yet, so you gotta hit it again.
Oh my god!
Another one's falling right on top of it. You're like,
they blow up and they kill you. You be like, ah, fuck.
Fuck! I gotta try it. All right. Respawn.
All right. So speaking of some stupid shit,
The elements.
I want to talk about Samsung has developed AI that can create deepfakes, right? So basically, I saw this on Reddit. They can take a picture, maybe a couple stills, or up to one picture. Like they have this picture of Mona Lisa, and they can move it so it makes it talk. It's really unnerving. It's awesome. Here, let me show you.
I've seen AI where they do voices, where they take people's like people who stream a lot, and they put all of their voices through an AI. It learns how to speak like them, and then you can type in anything you want.
I think my favorite thing is watching the people who make the AI write scripts.
Yeah. They that's what it is. They listen to like Donald Trump
watch
speeches
1,000,
over and over
like,
again.
Disney movies and write
Yeah.
a Disney script.
Exactly. And it gets better over time. It's funny because some of them are funny.
If this is right now, they can improve on this in a couple of years, and like not on a big screen, and not that one because that's kind of unnerving. But like, it's weird as fuck.
The one to the right.
This shit though.
They're calling it living portraits, but it's just deep fakes.
Now, also, did you hear about the shit with Nancy Pelosi?
No.
And there was like a deep fake to make it look like she was drunk. And it was on Facebook, and Facebook was like, "We're not gonna take it down because of some bullshit." Okay, so there's not a video of it, but there's a video of Nancy Pelosi giving a speech or talking, and basically it makes it seem like she's slurring. And it was going around the internet. Trump retweeted it, and then it was actually proven to be a deep fake. So, I mean, yeah, it's kind of like it's cool in one situation, but it can be abused in the future.
Yeah.
And it's gonna get harder and harder to spot fake and real news.
Definitely.
I mean, right now it looks uncanny, but like, give it a couple of years, that shit will be seamless.
And it's not even that too. It's really hard when it's like language barriers too. Like they're so good, but for us as people who know these people, it'd be one of those things where it's like, oh, we listen to these people regularly, we can still detect the fakes.
Someone who doesn't know
But
who they are, like,
but it's like, imagine second and third world nations, they could hear like
well, you don't even have to go
a
that
president.
Far.
What I'm saying
Imagine
is
someone uneducated in the South, like, who the fuck is Nancy Pelosi? They don't know who they are.
no, what I'm saying is like you put a language barrier in there, and then they're hearing a second language and a world leader, or who they think is a world leader, giving something that could be like, we're declaring war or something like that. It could cause like a lot of harm.
Mass hysteria. Yeah, I don't know. It's concerning. So
Because there's Vladimir Putin deepfakes.
yeah, and that's the thing too, is that they can be used to incite people. Trump's like, see, I thought the nigga had my back. Trump said some shit the other day where he was like, I think he said, oh, so what if, you know what?
He said, yeah, Russia helped me
I
get
know.
the election. So what?
Yeah, fuck that nigga. I don't want to get into that. I want to get into the Stranger Things trailer. Have you guys seen it?
Yeah. Wait, I saw the
Teaser trailer.
beefcake one. I didn't see this one.
You saw the teaser trailer. This is the,
I was about to say, I saw the beefcake one.
I like how this one starts.
Wait, I have seen this.
I really love the language vibe on this. You just keep going up in the decades.
80s? I was about to say, this is like glitter power, like rock.
Should've put the side up in front of your face.
They made a satellite? What the fuck? They made an antenna? Yeah, look at that nips.
I want to say something after this video because I have a theory about children and like action adventure movies and TV shows. I think you guys will
We're not kids anymore.
see. We're not kids anymore.
What did you think? We're
That's
just
my
my
state ball
visual
Oh, yo, wait, that scene, what if that's how we get out of it? With that interaction. For sure.
She go to the music.
I can do the
She go to Subaru. She go to.
Well, you want to get on a
She go to Mobile.
You should go to, Hoboken.
this right here. That's how the nigga died.
How many children are you friends with?
What nigga hit him off? His mama Steve. What you mean? All right, so that looks amazing. I really like how bright it was, and then it was like, psych, nigga, you thought this about to be dark as fuck.
Yeah, of course.
It's dropping on the 4th of July too, so it's keeping the aesthetic of the 4th of July.
Yes, let's get it.
So you gotta binge the whole thing, so you get to the final on the 4th of July.
Of course.
Fuck going out and getting drunk. Watch Stranger Things.
No, I'll just watch Stranger Things.
See? What do you mean? You can get drunk every 4th of July. It's not gonna be the last 4th of July unless aliens attack. We got weapons for them. We got the hands. All right. So
Will Smith.
my theory about children
That
from not superhero, but from action, adventure TV shows or movies, is that like Stranger Things tries to show us that they can live a normal life, and they're like, oh no, they have sometimes like PTSD flashbacks, but those kids would be really messed up. Like, for example, the kids from Jurassic Park, right? There's no way they can go back to living a normal life.
No, because they just encountered dinosaurs and almost died in the process.
Or like, have you seen the movie 2012 where the world ends?
Yes.
Those kids
never.
Oh, we live
There's
on a boat.
nothing-
They're living on a fucking boat. What do you mean they're gonna move back to fucking
Man.
Los Angeles?
Yeah, man, they got
A
other
fucking
kids
city that
there.
doesn't
Like,
exist
it's fine.
anymore.
It's fine.
The
Nobody
city
else is
literally
there anyway.
crumbled
Hey, but
into
wait,
itself
hold on,
as they
seriously.
flew a
As
plane
At the
away.
end of the movie, those kids were
Like,
so
on the
cheery,
road still.
and they were like, "Daddy, look, hope." And it's like, yo, you just watched like your stepdad die, and like not only that, the world just ended, and now you're on a boat in the middle of nowhere, a water world style, and you're like, everything, like you're a kid with that's fucked. Like, that, come on, you can't just be a cheery normal kid. That
What
kid
else
is
you gonna
shaking,
do?
curling up in a corner in the bunk.
Yes, most likely, which is the fucked up part about it. I mean,
That's my point.
what else can you do?
I don't really have a point. It's just
No.
my point.
What
I
else
love
can
how
you
that
do?
stemmed off of me saying beefcake nipples.
Oh no, it's 'cause
Beefcake?
I just said it at that point. It was not the same thing as what's his name?
Jeebus.
It's true though. Like what other movies have kids in them? Action movies. Spider-Man.
Spy Kids.
Spy Kids. And does anyone die in Spy Kids? Do people get wrecked in Spy Kids?
No.
Oh no.
War of the Worlds.
Like that little girl.
Dakota Fanning.
Oh yeah, that movie she did with Will Smith with Denzel Washington.
Tom Cruise.
No, Dakota Fanning.
We're talking about two different movies.
I'm talking about
Like The Protector or some bullshit.
yeah, something like that.
I actually haven't seen War of the Worlds. I just have seen Scary Movie 3.
War of the Worlds.
Is that there?
my gosh, dude. Oh my gosh. I don't know what happened in all of the movie, but that one part.
I mean, this is pretty much the movie. The aliens
that
come,
one part.
and then
I
the aliens like,
got.
oh shit, they got germs, and then the aliens leave. Is that right?
Wait, isn't Scary Movie 3 the one where
Where the aliens come down and they like piss out of their fingers?
I was about to say where they
No,
pee
I'm
out of their
saying,
fingers and
out
they
of
have
War
the
of
ring
Worlds.
girl who lives in the basement?
Yeah, War of the Worlds. Isn't that what the aliens come down, right? And they're in the big ship things?
War of the Worlds is where the aliens come down
Yeah.
and literally just rape shit. Just
And then
literally
like they
wreck
like take off the
everything.
mask and like water is poison or like the germs or whatever, and they just dip. Isn't that how it ends? I've never seen it, but I'm pretty sure because I know pop culture that's like somewhat how it ends, and it's like yeah, fuck y'all niggas. I just don't know how.
I don't think there's a silver lining to it.
I mean, if they fucked everything and they just dip, that's kind of a silver lining.
what else can you do?
As long as that one movie where the nigga like the plants or the mist, they take it over, so he kills everyone in the car, and then the army rolls up and saves him.
Oh, yo.
And he's like, oh! Like I get, it's so sad. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, the
Yeah,
mist.
the 4 bullets. Ah, it's so
4
sad.
bullets, 5 people.
So hey, how about we just get our heads? All right.
Collateral
Anyway,
damage.
so let's move on. One gotta go.
All
All
right.
right, we're gonna do actors first. Adam Sandler, Will Ferrell, Seth Rogen, and Jim Carrey.
Will Ferrell.
I was thinking Will Ferrell. All right,
Mm.
it's all right. So wait, so
Who's the third one again?
what? Adam Sandler, Will Ferrell, Seth Rogen, and Jim Carrey. So I think I really like The Mask.
Same.
What was the other movie where he was in the TV show, Truman Show?
But like in
Bruce
living
Almighty.
color, though.
Bruce Almighty.
In living color though.
In Living Color.
Yeah,
And Jim Carrey, 8 stays.
Like
Yeah. I was about to say, Jim Carrey's an OG.
yeah.
Adam Sandler, 8 Crazy Nights.
So much, yeah.
Every-
Yeah, dude.
Big Daddy with fucking Dylan
man.
Cole Sprouse.
Grown-ups, fucking Happy Gilmore,
Grown-ups
dude.
keeps-
Any SNL thing between like
Dude.
I haven't seen Happy Gilmore.
Oh.
I know it's
Happy
it's-
Gilmore,
Waterboy,
Billy
though.
Madison,
Waterboy. So Adam
Little Nicky.
Oh my
I don't
gosh.
like Little Dicky.
Little
Alright,
Nicky.
alright, so and the reason it's gonna be my biggest argument against Will Ferrell, but I kind of
Against Adam
I don't
Sandler?
like I'll say it against Will Ferrell, but I just don't like when they can be funny without doing these characters and doing these voices, and like I like Adam Sandler. Like I think about comedians, they are kind of some of the best like dramatic actors because like have you seen Spanglish? With Adam Sandler, I think that's some pretty good work he does. That's like comedy, but it's like a romantic comedy, so it's not all comedy. But like I don't like also like everyone likes 8 Crazy Nights. I'm not really a fan. I understand why it's funny though. Like structurally, I get it.
Never seen it.
It's a great movie. I saw it a lot when I was a kid.
I know.
The Cobbler's a great movie. Yo, what the fuck? What you doing?
All right,
Hey,
damn.
what is wrong with you?
We still have to sign up.
That John is super small.
They still have to sign up. Shit. Hey.
I love how he lit it, puffed it 3 times, it went out. Then he relit it, puffed it 3
Puffed
times,
it 3
it went
times,
out,
and
and then he puts it out.
Hey, here.
You fucking ass.
I'm
You
actually
some-
good on that.
Of course
Okay,
you
so
are.
You better fucking be.
Alright,
man.
anyway,
Fucking
so
six-
So yes,
Fucker.
Jim Carrey, Adam Sandler, we're all keeping them.
Definitely.
So Seth Rogen and Will Ferrell.
Seth Rogen's gotta stay.
Yes, Seth Rogen.
So it really is just Will Ferrell like that.
I mean,
Because Seth
I
Rogen does have to
mean,
stay.
it's like Step Brothers versus Pineapple Express.
It took me so long to actually enjoy Step Brothers,
Yeah,
and I like Pineapple Express off the bat.
yeah.
So there's that. All right.
Talladega Nights versus
don't like
Neighbors.
Superbad. Like
Superbad is get at me, fight me. Superbad is a perfect movie.
Neighbors
That's
versus
Superbad is a perfect movie.
Neighbors
Neighbors
versus
is a fucking great movie.
versus Elf.
Neighbors 2 is an okay movie. I fucking hate Elf.
I hate Elf too.
Oh my god, everyone! I like.
And then
literally-
finally,
Okay,
this
so-
is the end versus like I don't know, fucking Daddy's Home or some shit.
Actually,
like
I was
that.
about to say.
Yeah, I saw
Actually,
that. Alright, so yeah.
the one movie he does with Mark Wahlberg, where they're cops.
Oh
It's,
yeah,
it's semi funny.
Oh, yeah.
But I think it's just
Fucking-
Mark
hold on.
Wahlberg
It's not
that makes
this.
it
I
the
know,
funniest.
it's like
I
What the
think
fuck is
Will
that
Ferrell
movie
is funny.
called?
What?
what is that movie called?
The other
The other
guys.
guys.
The Other Guys.
Yeah. I like Will Ferrell. It's just that I think that Seth Rogen is more consistent. I like almost everything. I don't think even what's the movie with Katherine Heigl where she gets pregnant? I like that. That's a Jude Apatow.
Knocked Up.
Like Seth Rogen in 40-Year-Old Virgin. Like there's not a role that I've seen Seth Rogen like when he like the chick's in the bathtub and he's like, oh hey.
Oh, what's that Christmas movie Seth Rogen does?
Oh, with the where he's about to marry.
It's like One More Night or something like that.
Yeah, with Jessica
One Last
Biel and
Night.
Yeah.
Anthony Mackie. See, I don't know what it's called, but I know the people in it. But even I don't know, Will Ferrell, I like him in movies.
One More Night or something.
It's like something like that.
Like Anchorman is legendary.
Yeah.
People love Talladega Nights. I can't stand it. I don't know. I just can't.
I don't mind it. I've
Ricky
seen it
Bobby, I
once.
can't do it. I said eventually Step Brothers got to me because Boats and Hose is iconic.
Oh, dude. Shut up.
It's a fucking Catalina wine
fucking
mixer.
Catalina wine.
wine
Alright.
mixer, man.
So we do enjoy you, Will, but you gotta go.
Yep.
All right, now food.
Zach and
Alright.
Mary make a porno. Sausage
Make a
party.
porno.
Sausage
No,
party,
Sausage
though?
Party ended the
Oh,
weirdest.
No,
way.
dude,
It
Sausage
was
Party
like
was
it's
fucking
called-
hilarious.
called-
If someone
Uh,
said we're gonna watch a movie that ends with a food orgy, would you still go see it?
Nah. Oh, the interview?
The
The interview?
Yeah.
But it's
He
called
had a
the
lot
it's
of
called the night
haters.
before.
Okay, so me and my
The night
It's
coworker.
called the
before.
night before.
Okay, me and my coworker talking about Will Smith because I was saying I've been talking a lot of mess saying he hasn't had a hitter since I Am Legend, so I actually had to look it up. Will Smith.
Will Smith.
Okay, so I Am Legend came out in 2007. 2008 was Hancock. 1 receptions, but it came out the same summer as Dark Knight and Iron Man, so definitely the weakest of those 3.
2006, 2007.
After Hancock, it was 7 Pounds or whatever, which is a trash movie. So
Okay.
since 2007,
Hold on.
my coworker Dave was
You're
saying
right, you're right,
Focus
you're
was a
right,
good
you're right.
movie, but
You
between that,
said
the only
I Am
3 good
Legend.
movie he has since
I
I
Am
Am
Legend
Legend,
was really good. That was the best
but
one.
since I Am Legend,
But
he's
then
had
7
Concussion.
Pounds was
7 Pounds is trash.
Hancock was like
Hancock was alright. It was just it started really good and was just gonna end poorly.
Yeah.
Wild Wild West is a really good Will Smith movie. It is just like, what's it called? It's a
Pretty
cult
much
classic.
it.
But I'm saying, since 2007, when he came out with I Am Legend, the only hits he's had would probably be Concussion. My coworker Dave was saying Focus was good. And I gotta say, Suicide Squad, because it's Academy Award winning Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
Suicide Squad has an Oscar for makeup and wardrobe.
Perfect, dude.
Just give those niggas a trophy.
Suicide
They get an Oscar. I mean, I'm sorry. They do deserve an Oscar, but Suicide
What
Squad.
about Bright?
Bright was alright. It's just messy. Like, you made orcs black people. Oh, no, they're not black. They're Mexicans. You made orcs people in general. It's just messy. Like, the orcs sided with the wizards. There are no people that were like, yo, let's side with, except for white people, sided with other white people. They're like, but if you take out the messiness,
humanized the orcs though, which made it so much worse.
even if you take out that, it's a weird story. Although my favorite part in Bright is that he's a cop and he calls his wife and he's like, get out of town. And then she actually leaves town.
Yeah, of course.
No
she
questions,
does,
she just
because
leaves. And I was like,
was a cop.
oh shit. But there's a scene where like they get attacked by the fucking wizards, and then they go into they dress up, go into that strip club thing, and then the wizards are just with them in the strip club. And it's like, well, he could have just ran in there. Why do we need to see them?
What are you gonna do?
Change. It's like, all right, cool, okay. I don't know.
It's pretty fucking easy.
I say Bright's an alright movie. It's entertaining if you want to watch it. But
Yeah, I thought it was dope.
anyway, before we end, one gotta go.
All right.
Food, pizza, French fries, burritos, or tacos.
French fries. They're like the plainest thing in there.
French fries. French fries are fire though.
Pizza, burritos, tacos.
Yeah. Okay, pizza, burgers, burritos, tacos.
Turkey burgers.
Turkey burgers. All right.
Dude, I haven't had a
Shit.
burrito in a long time.
Okay, so what if I
Yeah,
say?
but that also counts as like a burrito bowl or like taco
Okay.
salad is also burritos.
Whoa, get rid of burritos, get rid of burrito bowls.
Yeah.
All right, so burrito bowls stay first. Tacos also gotta stay. Just
yeah,
for
because,
diversity.
Then tacos Alfonso, you know.
Tacos
gotta get
Alfonso are the shit. All right, so
Poppin', dude, poppin'.
and then yeah, I guess turkey burgers.
What was the other one? Turkey like burgers
And pizza.
I was gonna say pizza's so good.
Pizza's fire.
Probably burgers, man.
Pizza's one of those
I
foods
could
that
do
you
it
can
though.
eat. You can eat hot,
Like,
cold,
dude, if I still,
lukewarm,
if
fresh
I
out the
still
box,
If I
out
still
the
ate
fucking
beef though,
fridge.
if I still ate beef though,
Burgers are fire,
I
but
would
if
like-
you be
Oh,
realistic
dude,
about it, I
like
can just
a burger.
I was gonna say chicken sandwich, but like a fire chicken sandwich.
No,
Like a
chicken
homemade
sandwich would go.
Chick-fil-A sandwich.
fuck Chick-fil-A.
Homemade though. It's an imitation.
My own fake gluten.
That's what I say. You're just gonna hate on
I was,
yourself.
you know what? I was gonna do breakfast, and I was like gonna say gluten-free waffles, and then I was gonna say turkey bacon. It's gonna be like eggs, turkey bacon, gluten-free,
Gluten-free
waffles, and
waffles.
cereal. And I was like, oh, cereal.
The cereal has to stay.
Cereal has to stay.
What?
I was saying cereal had to go.
I could deal without the waffles.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Same.
Whoa.
Same. I'm down
never,
with.
never having
I
another
as
waffle
long
again.
as I have.
What
as
if I
long
say
as I need protein
Never
in the
can ever
morning.
have another waffle / gluten-free pancake ever again. Neither. You can't have either.
Guess I'll have crepes.
Nothing like it.
Can't have crepes.
Nothing like it.
But like.
Every time you try and eat something like it, it turns to ash in your mouth.
It turns the ash. Shut the
But
fuck
like-
up. Why you gotta be so goddamn
But like
dramatic?
eggs, like definitely eggs
Oh, eggs can stay.
and cereal.
it's-
Yeah, I guess
that's
the
so
turkey
cereal.
bacon. I guess the turkey bacon.
Yeah, turkey bacon. It's just imitation bacon. I still got pork bacon.
Fuck out of here.
Turkey bacon is delicious though.
It's just ham.
But like, it's not. It's literally turkey. You fuck.
Oh no, I'm thinking Canadian bacon.
Yeah, nigga. It's in the name, turkey.
It's just
turkey
chicken.
bacon.
It's just chicken.
You fucker.
All right, stop. What do we decide on? Turkey bacon can go. Is that what we said?
Yeah.
Whew.
I need eggs. Definitely need cereal.
Oh, so I don't know if you guys have a significant other. Oh, I know you do. I know you're trying to. So, here's a little tip in case you're thinking they're being shady. I started listening to this podcast called "Call Me Daddy."
Call me daddy.
It's by these two outrageous would probably be the most appropriate word I could use to describe them.
Call me daddy.
So they were saying that, you know, if you think your significant other has someone they're talking to, but their name's saved under someone else's name, you're not sure if it is or that, you take their number, put it in your phone, go to Snapchat and go to add his friend, and then their real name will pop up or whatever name they use on Snapchat. So, just not for you two, for you guys out there too. If you think they're being shady and you got a number you want to try it out. And then if they tell them the truth, you gotta bake them a pie or some shit.
What? Well, you could just have trust in your partner.
Well, yeah, nigga, but yeah.
Slash just
It's not
just
good
end that
advice.
shit if
It's
they
not
get
good
dick
advice.
on the side.
No, it's actually probably bad advice. But you know, who am I? I'm not a therapist.
Don't confront your problems. Avoid them, and get your answers elsewhere.
Well, cause like you know how niggas be like, is this nah, nigga? That's Domino's. What you mean? He be like, is it really? I'm gonna call
Why
him.
is Domino's
He be like-
texting you at
he be-
2
he be
a.m.?
He be like, call him, nigga. How you calling her bluff? Oh, all right, you said call him. I was like, oh God, thank God.
The answer's like, Domino's not gonna help. It's like, yeah, I want a large pepperoni for pickup. What's the address?
This dick. Hello.
I said pickup.
Yeah, he asked what the address was to the store.
Before we sign off, I wanted to show you guys this vase that's off really made. Look at this little vase that he made, a little ashtray. They can smoke weed with.
Let me see.
Like, he made that shit.
You just smoke whatever you want with it. I mean,
No, the ash is just like, he got money, so he could just buy an ashtray, but he made that shit.
she was like, I see the beginning of this shit.
Oh, yeah, because he got a little holder for the joint.
Oh, it's dope as fuck.
Keep going to Pottery Craft, Seth. Keep it up.
You doing this shit, so that's why we kept you, nigga.
Yes.
But also, I wanted to show you this vase that he made, because he made these little vases. At the picture of Woad here.
Damn. Good job, Seth.
He be out here, yo.
Good job.
He out here in these clay streets.
Good job.
So, is there anything else you guys want to say before we sign off? Anything at all? Anything.
Buy Bitcoin.
And buy Bitcoin.
No.
All right.
Bye.
Peace. Oh, no. Well, I've been high. My name's Cliff.
I've been high.
This is X.
Bye.
This is Brian. Thanks for listening, guys. This has been Higher Education's
Lucas.
podcast. Peace.